All right, girls. So all springs are on. We're going to do the advanced work. You're going to start on your heels for footwork. Inhale, press away. Exhale, return. Just like that. Do one more here. Bring it all the way in. Use your core muscles to lift your feet up and then land on your arches and 4 times out and in. Inhale, exhale. One more time. Bring it all the way home. Use those core muscles to lift the legs up. Land on your toes parallel. Press out and in 4 times. And we're only doing a few repetitions of everything because I want to make sure we get as far through the series as we can. Last one. Bring it all the way home. Lift up, open into Pilates V, then land on the toes, and then push out and in. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to bend. Bring it all the way home. Lift up, go back to parallel, land on your toes, and then push out and stay out there to drop and lift your heels 4 times. Down and up, nice and smooth. When the heels come up, bend and come all the way in. Lift those legs up into chair position, open into your wide on the heels position. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Bring it all the way home. Just take a moment to drop your knees to the right, head to the left. And back up and over. Good. And then up. Lift those legs into chair. Land on your toes parallel. You're going to push out. Drop your heels down. Keep them down. Bend and come in. Ankles up. Push out. Drop the heels. Lower them down. Bend and come in. Corolla Trier. Heel lowers. 2 more in this direction. And then you'll be reversing. You'll push down through the heels. Lengthen. Up and in. 3 more, down and out, up and in. Last 2, inhale to lengthen, exhale to bend, and 1 more. Yep, and up and in. Now open into Pilates V on the toes. Lengthen your right leg out over the bar. We're just doing 2 of these, so stay here for a moment. I want you guys to move together. So before you go, when I tell you to start, it's going to be bending and flexing your right knee and ankle toward your abdomen, just 2 times. So bend and flex as you press away. Bend the knee to your belly. Point and reach over the bar. 1 more here, because I know it's heavy. And switch feet. Lengthen the other leg with a pointed toe. Bend and flex. Point and reach. 1 more, bend and flex. Point and reach. Good. Come up to sitting to change your springs. Either 2 red springs or 1 red and 1 blue spring. And then lower your bar to no bar position. So it's the last notch, Karen, on that one. Yep, you're right, bottom notch. Is it stuck? There it goes. Yep. And then you're going to lie back down. Grab your handles off the pegs for the hundreds. So legs on top of the bar, unless you need to start with them in chair position, heels together, toes apart, and toes pointed. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale up into hundreds. We are doing the full hundreds. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2. Exhale. Inhale, 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. Great form. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. This is your last one, but I don't want you to come down until that air is out of you. Now lift the arms, keep the head and legs lifted. Now lower the head and the legs. Nice job. Very good. All right, jackknife is next. So you need to lower your headrest. So put those handles in one hand, lower the headrest, and then put the handles in the other, separate hands. So You're going to have your arms start right straight up to the sky, and then I want you to barely lift your legs off the bar. Squeeze them tight together. Keep your head down. You're pressing your hands to the mat, lifting those legs up and overhead. Lift them to the sky and then roll down. Bring them only to 45 degrees down towards the floor, and then lift your arms. Good. You've only got one more. So hands come down, legs go overhead, lift up, roll down with control. That is beautiful. And then the arms lift to the sky to get the carriage in. Nice. Put your handles in one hand, lift your headrest back up. Coordination. Good. So arms up to the sky, legs in chair position. Arms press down to the mat, and then they bend, and this is our starting position. So you're going to kick your arms and legs to straight, head curls up. Now the head never is going to go back down. Open, close the legs, bend just your knees, bend your elbows. Kick out, open, close, bend the knees, bend the arms. Inhale out, open, close, bend the knees. We've got one more. Kick out, open, close, bend the knees, bend the arms, rest down. Beautiful. Hang up your straps. Come up to sitting so you can change to one red or one blue spring. And then you will also need to lower your headrest to flat. So it's rowing. So one red spring, headrest flat, turn around. You're going to make sure you have a hand width behind your butt to the edge of the mat near the springs, and then grab your handles. Ankles can be next to each other or cross. Arms up and hug the tree for rowing one. Contract and curl back. Once you're there, pull your fist to your chest. Now don't move your carriage as you open to V. Flip the palms to face back, dive your head to your knees, and keep it there as your arms go behind you. They touch and lift, and then they circle up overhead. Then you stack your spine, you go back into your hug the tree. Curl back, pull in, open, flip, dive and stay there until the arms go back. They try to touch and lift. They open around, and then when they're at your feet, you curl up. One more time. Curl back, pull in, open, flip. Dive the head forward, reach back as close as you can. Lift and circle, butterfly stroke those arms. And up. Good. Arms at 90 degrees. With a straight spine, hinge backwards. Lift the arms like you're throwing a basketball behind your head. Dive forward. The hands go scraping the outside of the machine down to the floor. Back behind you and around. They don't have to touch on this one. And they butterfly stroke over. And then arms up. Hinge back. Reach those arms up. Dive your head to your knees. Keep it there as you butterfly stroke. They go down to the floor, back behind you, circle around, and then lift one more time. Hinge and reach and dive forward. Arms circle down to the floor, back behind you, and around. Very nice. Put those straps in one hand, turn all the way around to face the other way for rowing 3, which is rowing sitting tall. Buns against the shoulder pads. Make sure your handles are in the proper hands, they're not crossed, and legs have to go straight for this one. Arms bent into your like chicken arm position. Sit tall. Press the arms forward. Touch your thumbs down. Lift your arms up. Circle them around. When they meet your hips, you bend those arms again. And we do this one more time, and then we're going to add a hinge. Out, touch down, lift up, circle around. Now we're going to add a hinge. I'll tell you when. Push out, touch down. Here's where we hinge and reach. Lift up, circle around. One more time. And push and touch. Hinge and reach, lift, and circle around. Good. Hands start by your hips for bending down. Thumbs are in the strap, not the fingers. And then you're going to tip your chin to look down. Contract your deep low abs, curl forward, reaching to your toes. Lift those arms up and they open around, starbursting them around. And again, scoop, curl, and reach, up and around. One more time. Scoop, curl, and reach, lift, and open. Very nice. Flip your hands so your fingers are in the straps for serve the brownies. If you hate sitting straight-legged, you could go cross-legged if you'd like to here. So scoop those arms up to eye level and down. 3 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last 2. Reach and down. Keep them up on this last one. Turn into hug the tree. Inhale, open. Exhale, hug. 2. Hug. 3, hug, and one more. When the hands come forward, get the hands high enough to where the wall meets the ceiling to get the straps above you, and then bring your hands behind your head. Straighten out your legs on this one, Karen, because it'll weigh you forward. Hands behind your head for shave the head. You're going to do elbows narrow today. Sometimes we do them wide, but tricep presses. This is 2 and 3. Yep. And 4. I'm going to make you do 6 of these. And exhale, press 5. One more time. And then when the arms are straight, they open side and down. Beautiful. Hang up the straps. Come off to your left. Put your headrest up and your foot bar in low bar position. Staying on this one red or one blue spring. For swan facing front, Karen, you'll have to use the other box because I stole yours. Yep. Just like that. It's going to be long on here, but it's more comfortable, so it's cushier, which is nice. All right, guys. So from this position, you're going to reach your hands for your bar and shimmy onto your box. Chest will be off. Heels squeezed together, toes pointed. Now, if you have low back issues, you can open your legs apart, but still keep those toes pointed, legs turned out. Push that pubic bone down. Press your arms to straight, thumbs on top of the bar. Rise up with straight arms. Lower down with straight arms. Then bend your elbows to the floor to come home. And again, out and up and out and in. 2 more. Out. Lift the spine, looking out in front of you, down and in. 1 more time, out. Now rise and lift. Lower down. Bend and come home. Very nice. Slide off to your left for swan facing back. Unfortunately, you have to lower your bar again. So lower it to the bottom notch so it's out of your way. Good. And then you're going to, Kelly, you have a choice to stand on the wood or the foot bar. You're going to stand on the wood because your bar doesn't go any lower than this. And you're going to put your hands 3/4 of the way out on the box. And then you're going to push the box away from the bumper and squat down. You're in Pilates V on your toes, which are right on the edge of either the bar or the wood. To anchor you. And then, yep, so Garen, walk your feet forward so that those toes are hooked over. And then get your knees in froggy inside the springs. And the knees stay inside the width of the machine, so don't let them go outside. Lay your chest down. Hands back by, actually, you know what, I'm going to allow you to do it the easier way because I didn't give you pads for your pubic bone. So keep your hands on the box. Bend your knees and bring it all the way home into frog. Yeah, there you go, like so. Now, keep your hands on the box. That's what's going to push you up as you kick out, okay? So as you straighten your legs, lift up into swan, pushing into your hands, and then bend and come home. Isn't that nicer? Yeah. And out. Maybe not the advanced version, but that's okay. It works. Push up till those arms are almost straight if possible, as long as your back can handle, and then bend in. Just 1 more. Out, down, and in. Now, if you can slide onto your box for pulling straps, then do that. If you can't, then come off the machine and get back on. Chest will be off the box, and then you're going to grab the straps off the pegs, hold on to the tape part of the rope. Head hangs down, hands and feet hang down. So you're starting in the shape of a frown. You're going to rise up into the shape of a smile as you pull your hands to your hips. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Good. Make sure you're not moving from your neck. You're moving from your upper back. The head goes along for the ride. Good. That was 3. We're going to just stay there. Now back yourself up so the chest is barely on the box. Put your hands inside the long or short loops. I like long, but that's me for my shoulder issues. Arms reach out like airplane wings for pulling straps too. Rise up, pull your hands back onto your butt. Open them to the side as you lower down. So the hands always stay at shoulder height or higher. Lift and pull. Beautiful. Open. Just 1 more time. And good job. And nice job finishing. Hang those straps up. I find that a lot of times on our last repetition, we won't bring the arms back to start position. We just kind of let them fall to the floor like, oh, okay, we're done. We don't have to do this properly, but that was good. Slide off to your left. Remember, always come off the left. Reach to the floor, round your back and stretch. Curl up the spine. So because you're going to be facing the other way, you're going to walk around the machine. You're going to do backstroke. So you're going to sit on your box facing your mirrors. Sit almost all the way back to the headrest side so you can reach for your handles. Once you have the handles in your hands, scoot all the way forward so your butt is close to the spring side of the box. And you'll lie all the way down onto your back. So this one is fine if your butt's hanging off the edge of the mat a little bit because you're not coming up for teaser. This is backstroke. Your whole back stays on the mat, on the box. So fists on top of chest, knuckles facing each other and palms face your legs, right? Or thumbs face your legs in your fist position. Good. Straighten arms and legs up. Open them into a V, circle around into the hundreds, and then fold back into a fetal position. Make sure before you go again, girls, that when you lift your arms, the palms open, fingers go to the sky. So raise up. Yep, long fingers, good. Open into V, circle around into the hundreds, fold down into fetal position. One more time. Up, open, circle around, and fold down. Let your head and legs hang, and arms can hang open if that feels okay to you. For teaser, you are going to want to back up a little bit so that your butt is on there and you're not going to fall off. You also need probably your shoulder blades will almost be fully hanging off, your head definitely. Legs on top of your bar, heels together, arms hanging out to the sides towards the floor. Let me get your carriage all the way in. Good. Now squeeze those heels together, Kelly. Yep, toes pointed. Tip your chin, look up at your feet and curl up. Scooping those arms forward. Good. And then roll down. The next two, you're going to do 3 circles. So when you're ready, come on up, hold at the top, and then circle the arms for 3. I know, 2, and 1. When they forward, roll down the spine. Good. Now, remember which way you just went with the arms. The harder direction will be the next one, right? So curl up and circle those arms. 1, 2, 3, and roll down with control. Let yourself hang. Drop your straps. Just let them fall. Take a couple breaths.
I haven't done that in a while.
Right? Carefully curl all the way up. Come off to your left. You're going to do breaststroke. I'm going to move the push-through bars out of the way. I want you girls to grab your straps from the side that you're standing on, and you're going to put your thumbs inside them. So you're facing your foot bar, and it's kind of like right hand in the far right strap, and so on. Yep, and slide onto the box once you have captured the edge of it. Yep. And then your hands come down towards the mat. So you're going to make sure you're on there straight, and you're going to kick your heels to your butt 3 times. It's kick, 2, 3. Straighten the arms and legs. Arms go out in front of you. You rise up into swan. You circle those arms open. They come to your hips, and you lower down. Bend those knees and kick. 1, 2, 3. Kick out. Starburst those arms up and around. And again, bend 1, 2, 3, extend, lift, and open. Hold the edge of the box with your hands. Try to straddle the box to come up to sitting. Don't fall off the back edge. Use your legs to hold your straps in place, and then catch them from the back behind your legs and put the straps in your hands. Nice. Make sure your butt is close to the back of your box. Actually, you know what? Hang up your straps. We're not going to do it with the straps. We're going to do it the plain way because I'm not giving you the pads. So hang your feet down. Feet are flexed, and knees are going to be bent slightly. And your inner thighs are squeezing the box. So not your groin, but your inner knee area, okay? Hands by your sides. So squeeze your inner thighs, come up into the shape of a V or a U facing where the wall meets the ceiling, and then lower down. Good. So you don't want your hips to come forward when you rise. You want them to go up, just don't want them to come forward. Feet and arms and head stay in front of you. And again, scoop, curl, and reach, butt staying back. You got it. And down. 2 more times. Scoop. Good. Round a little bit more through the rib cage, hollowing out those abs. Last one, girls. And lower down. Very nice. All right, come off the box and to the left, and then take the box off. Once your box is off, you need low bar. You also need 2 reds or 1 red and 1 blue spring for the long stretch series.
Would you say what?
1 red and 1 blue for you on that machine, yes. So remember how to get in position for long stretch is hand in hand on the bar, nice and wide, and then you walk your feet onto or in front of the headrest, not the shoulder pads. Good, and then you're going to push out and in 4 times, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Nice job, you two, keeping your head in line with your heels. Pull all the way in, soften the knees down for down stretch. Your feet go separate against the shoulder pads and they're flat against the shoulder pads. Now pelvis is forward. Do you guys need pads before we go into this? Okay. Squeeze your butt, lift your heart to the ceiling. Now press away without looking too far down. Just kind of leave your neck where it is and then lift your heart through your arms. And again, press out, lift the heart through the arms. Good. Press away, lift. One more time. Pull in, lift your hips to the sky for up stretch. You may have to walk your feet forward if this carriage is long for you, but lift your butt up like you're doing up stretch, like elephant position, right? Coming to standing on your tippy toes. Good. Now, before you move your carriage backwards, shift your butt over your heels, like elephant. Now, push the carriage out with your legs into plank position. Ride in a plank position, and then shift your hips over your heels when your carriage is in. And again, press out, ride in. When your carriage is into the bumper, lift your butt over your heels. One more time, out and down, ride in, and butt over heels. Now we're going into up-down combo stretch. So press out into your plank, lower your knees to the mat. On the way in, heart lifts to the sky into your down stretch. Now you push back into your long stretch, plank position, and then you fold in half into up stretch. And again, out into plank, down with the knees softly, heart lifts to the sky. Inhale, come in, good. Exhale, push away, lift the knees into plank, fold in half. One more time, press away. Soften those knees down, squeezing your butt, lift your heart, push out. Fold in half, and then flatten your feet down. Walk them to wherever you need since you're on low bar, which is classical for elephant. So I launch your back bottom ribs to stay to the sky. Kelly, walk back just a titch more. There you go. Keep that there, and then just move your legs. Don't move your shoulders, don't move your arms, just legs going back and forth. If you can, heels down, toes up. If that's impossible for those tight calves, that's okay. Good. One more time, out and in. Rise up to tippy toes and do it again. Nice control, both of you. That looks good. And great job keeping that rounded spine. One more time. When you come in, flatten your feet. I want you to extend your right leg out in the air behind you. Don't tilt your pelvis. Keep that leg lifted, especially every time you pull the carriage in. Make sure you shift your weight back too over that left leg. Now, out and in with the carriage 4 times, keeping that back leg lifted, especially on the pull in. One more time. That straight leg will lower to the mat. And then pull it the other one up and hinge out of your hips. Yeah. I'm going to lift you a little higher and pull you back, Karen, a little bit. There you go. Now out and in. Good. One more time. And then lower that leg down. I want you to just reach down to your toes when your carriage is in and give your back a stretch. You're going to carefully on there turn around and sit on your bar, your foot bar, for long stretch back, which is also called slide. You're going to be walking your feet to the shoulder pads or close to the shoulder pads. Hands are on the bar. Your butt is going to come off the bar. You're going to dip your hips down, bending your elbows. Scoop the pelvis as you push away, lift it up and come in. Circle the hips down, push out, rise up, come in. One more in this direction, down and out, up and in. Now we're going to reverse it. Keep the hips high, push away, lower down, and then come in and tricep press up. 2 more. One more. Inhale out, exhale down and in and up. Sit on your bar for tendon stretch. Is this a good workout for a Monday morning? Karen's like, good. You're doing awesome. All right, feet in Pilates V. You can be on the toes or the cup of the heel for this one. It just depends on what works better for your body. You're going to try to keep your carriage in as you stand up, looking at your knees. And then when you're ready, push the carriage out, lowering the body and lifting the hips up to come in. Out and in. 2 more if you can. And then when you come in, try to get that finish line and then sit down. Good. Come off to your left. Grab a sticky pad. Yes, be on Kelly, be on 2 reds and a blue. Karen, 1 yellow, 1 red, and 1 blue. I think we'll work on that machine. So it's a moderately heavy weight. Put your sticky pad close to the front edge near the springs, and then walk around, because we're getting on the classical way here. And you're going to have a seat on your sticky pad close to the spring side of your carriage. Feet are going to go in Pilates V on that low bar. On the toes. Hands are going to hold the bottom edge of the carriage, and you're going to, first, I want you to lift your spine really tall. Then I want you to keep space between your ribs and hips, but I want you to curl your head and chest up and over. Think of bringing your throat over your pubic bone without dumping into your low back and pelvis, if that makes sense. Now, push your legs to straight, drop your heels down under the bar, lift up to tippy toes, and then bend and come in. Keep going out and down, up and in. Stay there for 1 moment. If you can't keep your heels together, narrow your Pilates V. So narrow the toes a little bit if needed. 1 more time, out and down, up and in. Now you're going to take your right arm up and back behind you. Hand lands on the shoulder pad with fingers down, then the other arm, and then you sit really tall. And then you do the same thing. Out, down with the heels, up to tippy toe, bend and come in. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale and exhale. Come in. Reach your arms out in front of you, palms face down or face each other. Sit tall. Pretend your fingers are against a wall and you're keeping them there as everything else moves out. We're not dropping the heels. And then bend and come in. Out and in. Yes. Scooping the belly. This is your stomach massage. Last one. We're going to go into twist. So as your legs straighten, arm goes up and back. Now keep it to the side and level with your shoulder when you come in. Other side, up and back, circle it level with the shoulder on the way in. So make sure your arm is moving with your legs. Inhale, exhale. 1 more each way. Inhale and exhale. Last one. And bring it in. Hands can come down to the edge again. You're going to extend your right leg out under your bar, toe pointed. Bend the right knee as you press your left leg to straight. Extend it over the bar as you come in, and then out and under and out and over. 1 more time. Out, reach it under, then switch feet. So right toes on the bar, left knee under, or left leg under. Press out, bending the left knee. Extend it over. Out, under, out, over, and finish out and under. Put your heels wide on your foot bar or the wood, and then reach for your foot bar with your palms face down or face up. Bend forward and push away and give yourself a stretch. Hanging down, stretch and breathe. Good. Bend and come in. For short spine, I want you on a red and a blue or 2 reds. Headrest needs to be down, and for sake of time, we're not going to lower the foot bar. You're just going to leave it where it is. So lie all the way down on your back, and you don't need that sticky pad if you don't want it under you. Just toss it to the floor. Grab your straps, put your feet in the short loops. Can you get it?
Like it was hooked on my toe.
You're just slipping and sliding all over. Here we go. There you go. All right, guys, start in froggy, and then headrest is down for both of you, right? Yeah. So push out to straight. Parallel those legs up and over. When the carriage is in, bend your knees into a diamond shape, and then roll the body down, taking your heels with you. 3 more times at this perfect tempo. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling to bend those knees, exhaling to roll down. 2 more times. Beautiful. Take this as a nice massage in between all those other ones. Good. When you're down, take your feet out of the straps, hang them up. Once your carriage is in and your feet are out of the straps, go ahead and lift your headrest back up into position, even though we're not going to be using it, and that's why it's up, because we're not going to be using it. Your feet are going to go to the foot bar in Pilates V, and you're going to put your hands on your shoulder pads for a semicircle and walk yourself down until your arms straighten. Push those arms to straight. Get your butt on your springs. So butts down on the springs, feet in Pilates V, and then push away to straight. Lift the hips up, bend and come in. When you're in, try to roll down the spine. That's hard when you're in this squished position. Then when your hips are down, you press away, riding the springs, lift the hips up, bend and come in. One more in this direction, roll the hips down, press out, lift up. When you're in all the way, we're going to push away. Push out, lower the hips down, keep your butt along the springs as you come in, so you're in that extension. Peel up, push out, hips come down and in. One more time, up and away, hips down, bring it home. Slither back onto the mat, and then you're going to come off to your left. Be on one red spring for chest expansion. You're going to kneel to face the back. You got to walk around to the other side of your machine. If you need kneeling pads, grab them. So we're going to do this one with the toes hooked over the spring side of the carriage. So once you're on your knees, grab your long straps into your hands. Toes are hooked over the back edge. Remember, be very careful not to fall on your face on this one. So once you're in position, everything stays straight from your kneecaps to the crown of your head. Don't fall, but push back, hold. Turn your head right, left, and center. Slowly, this is where you would fall if you were going to reach forward. And again, pull back, hold. We go left, right, center, and then slowly release. We're going to add a sit position. Pull back, hold. Sit on your heels without moving your carriage. Turn your head right, left, and center. Stand back up without moving your carriage. Release the arms forward. One more time. Pull back. Sit down. Turn left, right, center. And stand. And then release forward. Good. Now hang up your straps. I'd like you to add a couple of springs. I don't care what they are, but just give yourself some more weight. So I usually do like 2 reds and a blue, or 1 red, 1 blue, 1 yellow on this middle stamina machine. And then come back to kneeling, but against the shoulder pads this time. You're going to hold on close to the metal of the strap. So when you take them off the pegs, hold on like somewhere up there, sometimes the tape, sometimes the strap, and then straighten up your body. We're not back bending for the first 2. We will for the last 2. So from your head to your knees, stay in one straight line and hinge backwards, and then use your quad muscles to pick you back up. Just like that. Just one more. Hinge back. This is thigh stretch. And lift. Now for the last 2. Hinge back first like you did, but now if you want, add a back bend. Come out of it, but stay in your hinge, and then pick yourself up with your quads. One more time. Hinge, arch back, opening up the chest, close and knit the ribs, and then lift up. Nice. Hang up your straps. Go to 1 blue spring or lighter than that. On this machine, it's a green. On that machine, it's a yellow. This is your kneeling side arms. You're going to kneel to face your camera. Your left thigh is against the shoulder pads, and you're going to put the long strap in your right hand. Left hand is going to be on your hip. You're going to do the sword and extend and back. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. 1 more. Reach. Beautiful, girls. And then put it in your other hand for punching. Right hand on your hip. Punch up. 1 and 2. Good. 3 and lower. Now put it in your other hand, but maybe scoot your left knee closer to your right and the right knee away. And then hand is going to go on the headrest. What I don't want is you to land your heel of your hand on it. I want it to be like pressing into the back of it. Nice straight wrist. Arm is towards your forehead, but you're actually going to have your forehead looking down at your left hand. Now push that arm to straight for tricep press. 3 and 2 and 1. Beautiful. Come up for serape. And you're going to start in the center with the hands out in front of your chest. Remember, you're not pushing with your arms or pulling with your arms. You're twisting your spine to the right and back. Just 2 more. And back. Just 1 more. And back. Great form. Hang it up. Spin around. Get close to your shoulder pad for the sword because this is the heavy one. Left hand holds the long strap. Right hand on your hip. Stand tall. And together we inhale, stretch. Exhale, bend. Hand going toward your right pocket. And again, left arm reaches, pulls back. 1 more. And back. Right hand holds that long strap, punching up. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 1 more. And down. Now scoot your right leg towards your left, away from the shoulder pads just a bit. Put the strap in your other hand. Side bend towards the shoulder pads, looking down at your right hand. Push that arm to straight. 1. Palm faces away. And 2. Good, girls. And 3. Beautiful. Rise up. Serape. Hands in front of the chest. Twist to the left, then back to center, keeping your hips nice and still. 2. 1 more. Beautiful job. Hang it up. Good job. All right, step backwards off the machine. Kelly's going to be on 1 red and 1 yellow. Karen's going to be on 1 red. And we've got the snake and twist. So we'll do it on the wood rather than the foot bar. So Kelly, I'm fine with you leaving your foot bar there. If you want it out of your way, you could put it low, like no bar position, your choice. So remember for this one, first you get your hands in place. Your right hand is either down on the mat or on the shoulder pads, but they wiggle, so be careful. Left hand is on the far edge, then left foot goes onto the wooden platform, then right foot crosses over top of left. Push your carriage out to come up, and then slither down onto your belly and back up. And down, nice correction, Karen. And up, good. 1 more here. Bring it in, we're gonna do 1 twist. Go halfway out. Try to rotate your butt down towards the mat, looking up to the sky. And then lift and pull in, take a knee to the mat, and carefully come off. Beautiful, girls. Other side. So 3 snakes, 1 twist. You can do it. So remember, right foot and then left on top of right. Lay down on your belly when you push away. Lift your hips. 2 more. And yep, 1 more. When you come in, go part way out this time. Then rotate hips down. Yeah, this side's easier for you. Up and in, take a knee down. Beautiful job. Go ahead and come off, shake out those wrists. Maybe open up your chest, give yourself a good stretch through the chest and shoulders. So I need you to lower your headrest. Karen's going to lower her foot bar 1 notch just so it's in what's considered no bar, even though it never goes down flat. And then all springs on for corkscrew. You're going to lie down on your backs, walk around to this Karen's side here, lie down on your backs. And when you're down, Kelly gets to hold the pegs. Karen, your shoulder pads don't lock in, so you have to hold the wood over top, which is kind of weird for the wrists, but it's the only option on this machine. Yep, kind of somewhere in there, right around the straps. Now, legs on top of your bar, heels together, toes apart. Don't go over just yet. We're going to do it. You're curling up and over. You're going to roll down the right side and then teardrop shape those legs around, circle back up the left side of your spine, down the left side, around and up the right, down the right side, around and up the left. You're going to stay there and roll straight down. I'll talk you through. Peel up and over. Now, when you come down, your hips are going to go down, circle around, and then up, right? Down the left side, around and up the right, down the right side, around and up the left. Now stay there and go down the center, straight down onto the bar where you started. Yay, there we go. All right, bend your knees, drop them side to side. All right, girls, you have to come off again because you're going to do long box rocking. So you need to grab your long box. I'm just going to walk around and put your headrests up. Because you're facing, oh, thanks, Kelly. Because you're facing your foot bar, you will stay on that side of the mat. And we keep all springs on because we're not actually moving the mat. We're not doing the one with the straps on the feet. So chest off the box. You're going to reach back and grab your ankles, bending your knees. You're going to bow up into your rocking position without giving yourself a hamstring cramp. Hold on. I've got a prop for you. Hold on. So we put a ring around your ankles, and then you can reach. Yes, because those little. You want to try it?
I just think I got a cramp. Oh yeah.
It's those little arms. All right, girls. So bow up and then rock. Trying not to throw your head, but push your feet into your hands or your ring. And then this way. Yeah, this way. There you go. Push. One more. Good job. Rest down. I've got your ring. Nice, girls. We made it to the second page. Swimming is next. So go ahead into your big X position. Arms over your foot bar, legs out. Chest is barely off, just barely. And then rise up and lift your right arm, left leg, and then swim. And rest down. Good. Push into a child's pose on your box. Excellent, girls. Come off to your left. Turn your box to short box position. Move your spring bars out to whatever notch you need. All the way, Karen, for yours. I would say so. This one's so much shorter. And then, yeah, that looks good, Kelly. And on yours, I like to put a sticky pad and a thing to cover. Okay. That's just what I do. You need your foot fuzzy. You can go under. You can go the other way. Yep, like that. Good. And then when you pull back, does it feel too, does that feel okay?
Yeah.
Okay, because I can move you in one notch if you feel
do that.
Okay. Scoot back a little bit more. Yeah, I like that better. All right, girls, go ahead and arms up and hug the tree. Curls forward, down, looking at your lap, throat over pubic bone like you did with stomach massage, and then rock back and forth. Inhale backwards, exhale forward. You've got one more. Curling up, grab that stick out from under your legs. You're going to have arms overhead. If you hate that, you can put them down in front of you. But squeeze your butt, pop off your seat, and hinge backwards, looking up at the ceiling, and hinge forward. 3 more. Nice, nice straight back. Yes. Only going as far as is okay with you. Arms and head and chest come up. Lower your arms in front of your chest, straight out in front of you. Twist to the right, curl backwards. Come up and center. Twist to the left. Curl back, up and center. Right. Inhaling, exhaling. One more time. And then arms overhead. Turn your feet into Pilates V if they're not already. Pop off your seat a little bit. Side bend to the right. Lift back up. Side bend to the left. Lift it up. Over to the right. Up and left. And up. Lower your arms straight down. So we're going into spear of fish. I'm not going to have you lengthen the poles, even though that is a nice way to do this because you get to actually touch the floor with the stick. But raise your arms overhead. Rotate your chest to the right. Lean out like you're going to spear a fish in the water. Your left hip comes off. Drag your left hip backwards as you rise up. And then twist to the left. Lean out to the back corner of the room. Rise up. Good. Lean, twist to the right, lean out to the right corner of the room. Pull that left hip back so your hips don't wiggle forward. One more time here, inhale. Bring it up and center around the world. Twist to the right. Lean out a little. Flatten yourself to the ceiling, over to the left and up, center yourself. We go one more, twist to the left, lean out, flatten yourself over to the right and up. Rest those arms down. All right, so put your stick down. We're gonna underneath, we're gonna do hawk. So turn onto your right hip first. So your right foot is going to be under your, like wrapped around your left leg, right? And then you're gonna scoot far away, pulling on that strap. Yeah, just like that. Now come upright, arms reach apart. You're gonna side over, right hand goes in front of you, left arm overhead. You're gonna rotate, look down, open your wings. Come back to the center, left arm overhead, right hand in front of your belly. Rise up, arms open apart, and then you side bend to the left. Your foot will drop down. We go one more here, out, side over, rotate, look down. Yep, come back the way you were. Come up, open the wings, side bend to the left. Stay here for a moment. We are going to do two more, but this time you will look and rotate up rather than rotating down. Arms reach apart, grow tall. First go straight over, looking at the wall in front of you. Then open your wings to the sky. Then come back. Then lift up, side bend to the left. One more time. And over first. Then open, you got it. Then back. Then lift, side bend to the left. Turn over to face your people. Pull far away so you've got lots of torque on that strap. Arms reach apart while you're tall and upright. Side over first. You're going to look down as you open your wings. You're going to go back to the side and rise up and side bend to the right. Open the wings. Side over. Hand comes in front of your, Now you go look down and open. Beautiful. Back to the side. Rise up. Now we do the two where you'll be looking up. First go over, hand in front of your belly, that bottom hand. Open up to the ceiling, back to the side, rise up, bend to the right. Just one more. Yep. Open it up to the side, lift it up, and yes. Okay. All right, guys, so put all your props away, pull your spring bars in. Once your spring bar is in, go ahead and take all springs off. Put your foot bar to high bar position. And let's do ballet stretches. Yep, and yes, high bar. I can take those from.
Thank you.
Yep. So step inside the well. Buns against the rungs, hands holding on, drag your right toe to knee, and then extend the leg on top of the mat somewhere. And then keep your butt against the, I say rungs, but I mean your foot bar, and then hinge forward and stretch your hamstring. And breathe. And you can reach for whatever you can reach for. Curl up the spine, reach for your bar, and then slide your foot across, and then go straight forward. Make sure that right hip is aiming back for the bar. And breathe and get your IT band to stretch. Curl up the spine. Keep your foot where it is. Swivel on your left foot to face Kelly's side of the room. Bend forward and grab your frame of your machine, and then either push out into a split or bend your standing leg into a lunge, a side lunge, whatever feels good. Breathe deeply. Yeah. Bring it all the way in. Left hand is going to, when you stand up, left hand is going to hold the foot bar. Right hand is going to grab your ankle and then stretch that quad. Don't let go yet, but be very careful when you do let go because you don't want to hit your foot on the carriage or the back of the frame of the machine. Carefully take that foot down, buns against the bar, and then drag your toe to knee, extend that leg out, lean forward, stretch your hamstring. Swivel on your foot to face this way. And then when you come up, finish with your quad stretch. Good job, girlies. That was hard.
That was good.